Phalacrognathus Muelleri. It's time to check and see whether the larvae have already pupated or whether already adults came out of the pupas. Let's have a look here. These are just a sample of the larvae that I actually breed now in a room where it is around 24 to 25 degrees Celsius. Now what we see here, I don't know whether we can see that. Probably we better go under the lupa. Here in this chamber is a female that has just emerged. That must be only some minutes ago that she has emerged, because you see her in the pupal chamber. The wings not yet completely folded underneath the elytras, and of course the colors, the spectacular metallic rainbow colors of the animals, they don't show yet. So we have to wait for another 2 weeks or so to have a look when the beetle is finished and the hardening of the shell of the chitinic shell of the beetle has finished. And if we have a look here, what is there? Do we see something down here? Must be the chamber, but you don't see anything. So there's no pupa in there too. So we can have a look whether this is a beetle here already. Also this bottle here you see the pupal chamber, but you don't see anything inside this pupal chamber. So yeah, if we look very deep down here, we can see the glimmering of a beetle. Probably we can see it here a little bit better. That's difficult to see. No, difficult to see. So we have a look here. Should be a beetle already. And what more? Oh yeah, here, that's very interesting. It's the same thing that we've seen before with the female, but this time it's a male that came out here very shortly, and he's now on the way to stretch his mandible. So that's very special about Phalacrognathus and also Lamprima species. They have to stretch the mandibles like the butterflies stretch their wings. So that's interesting. This beetle also is very freshly eclosed from the pupa. So it's not yet finished. We have to wait. We are not allowed to disturb now that animal. And now here, what's in here? Of course, here's the shape of the pupal chamber. That's clearly seen here, but it seems it's a little bit disturbed inside here, so it seems that the beetle is already out. We have to check. It's also, if we have a look here, we see a larvae in here. Let's have a look whether we can show it. Yeah, here. This here is a larvae in the substrate, and on the bottom is a pupal chamber. So we have to check. Could be that there are two larvae in here that they disturbed each other, so they couldn't build or finish a pupal chamber. Let's have a look here then too. And here, that's very interesting and very clearly seen here. It's the larvae in pre-pupa stage. She's lying on her back, and now in the next minutes or hours she will come out of her old larvae skin and will show up at the pupa. That's something very nice, and it's hardly seen. That's so clear. So let's have a look whether we can make a nice picture with the lupa camera here, or if we can look inside the pupal chamber. And of course they don't move at that stage. They just wait until the process of reconstruction inside of the body is finished, and then the pupa comes out of the old larval skin. Very nice view. That's the good thing about glass jars, of course. You can see through, like in an aquarium, a fish. You can sometimes if you're lucky and they build the pupil chamber right on the glass, so you can have a look inside, something that you can't have if they are just something somewhere hidden in the substrate. So we are not allowed to disturb this larvae too. And now another one is here. Here is clearly seen, it's a male in here. We will have a look and take him out here. Seems to be not yet completely finished, but the mandibles are completely stretched, so we can have a look. What a nice beetle he is. And we do it like that. We just open the substrate here. That's pretty dry, but Phalacrognathus Muelleri is not that sensible to dry substrate, so it's easy to keep. Normally, if you put a larvae into a glass, you should not it should not be re-wetted later with water. It's enough. The water inside of this glass jar is enough for the whole cycle of the larvae till the end. So now I'm reaching the top of it now, here at the bottom of this pupil chamber, and then we have to carefully take the male out and have a look. So we have to be a little bit careful so that we don't kill the beetle or we don't disturb him too much. So that's where, well, here he is. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, freshly emerged. The colors are not yet that shiny as from an animal that has completed his transformation. You also see that on the top of the mandibles are still pieces of the skin of the pupa. So this male, what we do, we just put him back into the glass jar where he came out of the pupil skin, like this, so, and put some water in it so that he's not drying out. And then we let him sit here for another week, and then he should be finished. So that's the other glass that we wanted to check. Substrate is also wet enough. Let's have a look whether we can see an adult here already. This was a Kinshi inside of this glass jar, so it was a Kinshi with pulmonarius, with the oyster mushroom, Pleurotus pulmonarius, and the sawdust was from beech, and that is a very nice recipe that works pretty good for practically all stag beetles, including this Phalacrognathus from Australia. Now what's going on in here? Still nothing to see from. Oh, I can see something through the glass here, but it's completely on the bottom of the glass here. Here, oh yeah. What's it? It's a female. She's already pretty active here, this lady. Yeah, pretty active, but the legs on the back, they are still stiff. So also this animal we leave it in the original jar. Let her dive down, put some water in it, and all we did, we wait for another week. And now here we have to open the bottle and have a look what's going on in here, because here it was one it was one larvae in here, so I see something here on the back, so I can open it with the knife. And then we can take out all the substrate. This substrate is very good. You can use it for your Setonidae beetles. All the rose, chervets and flower beetles, they like the old substrate from the stag beetles very much. That's the best thing for them. Also, what's that here? It's a female, it's a big female. I mean big, it's all relative. If you're a Japanese world record breeder, that's not a very big one. But for my opinion here, it's, how long is it? It's about a little bit more than 4 centimeters. That's a nice beetle. And it's a female, looks a little bit more active than the other female. And I can put this beetle into the bottle of the other female. They don't harm each other. I put some of the substrate here on top. Put the beetle back. It's a nice one also here. Yeah. And also with this one. A little bit water. And in a week we have another one.